opinions on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JBC Broadcasting, management, or its sponsors.
You have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark on Florida Man Radio.
Do you swear to tell the truth? The whole truth? And nothing but the truth?
You want answers? You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth! Last night...
And welcome to the program. It's a Tuesday night edition of You Have Power Radio. I am your host, Justin Clark, protecting you, the consumer, from the evils of corporate America. We bully the bullies. And the phone lines, well, they are now open. All you have to do is call 321-339-1055. You can stream the show by going to You Have Power Radio on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, any social media platform. Very busy show tonight. But first, the team directly to my right. It's the beautiful Briana. Hello, Briana. How are you?
Hello, Justin. Awesome.
Mick Dolan is still out on vacation somewhere, heading from here to Kansas. We don't really know where he is.
I know. I've been trying to follow him, but he stopped posting.
Eric Stacy
he was in Kentucky today.
Kentucky it is, huh? Now he's in bourbon country. He's drinking his way from here to Kansas as we speak. How are you, EC? What's up, buddy?
Everything's great here.
Thank you. Also joined today by Ron Christopher. He is with GC Wealth Management. Ron, how are you, sir?
Yeah, good. Happy Tuesday.
You as well.
And now it's time for the opening statement. This should be interesting.
10 surefire ways to lose money and end up filing bankruptcy. That's what we're going to talk about tonight and help you avoid making the mistakes that I see every day in my office. You probably know, my law firm does, 20, 30 bankruptcies a month. So I get to see the mistakes that people have made to really lead them into filing bankruptcy, lead them into running out of money. And Ron Christopher is an excellent certified financial planner, so I figured you should be here today. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to just start going through. Let's get right to it. Here are some mistakes that I see people make that ends up leading to bankruptcy, and you guys feel free to chime in anytime. Number one, we continue to rent a home as opposed to purchasing a home. And here's why I don't like, sometimes in some markets, renting is not so bad. Where we are right now in this economy, and especially in Central Florida, the rental market is insanely good. It's insanely good if you're a landlord. If you're a renter, if you're someone trying to put a roof over your family's head, the rental market is completely and totally out of control. Talk interest for a minute. The interest rates from last November till now have gone down by 1.5%. Interest rates down, Ron, to 3.9%. I mean, isn't there an argument to make that 3.9% could be considered free money? Because if you go invest that money elsewhere, you can probably make more than 3.9%?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, first mortgage I had in 1998, it got to 6.78, and I thought, man, I got to strike now. That's historically low, and 3.9 is definitely on the lower end of the scale, if not, near record lows.
Continuing to rent is a surefire way to waste your money. It's also bad for you because if the proverbial hits the fan and you were to be out of a job, your landlord can kick you out in 30 days, maybe 2 weeks. Your landlord can kick you out. Whereas if you purchase a home and unfortunately you lose a job and you're not able to pay the mortgage for a couple of months, whatever, the bank has to go through the entire foreclosure process where you hire someone like me, you're going to have a year and a half, 2 years even, to get back on your feet as opposed to the landlord who's just going to kick you out. Do you see any advantages, Ron Christopher, to renting versus buying?
Yeah, so the demographics in the country are definitely changing. You have these millennials and post-millennials who are preferring to rent. They want to be mobile. They don't want to be tied down geographically. They don't want to be tied down to a job. The problem for them as well is that the barriers to entry, the entry-level buyer has significant hurdles to get in a home. After the financial crisis, down payment requirements became higher, and not only that, but prices have also rebounded.
Yeah.
So that's the number one factor. So you have prices versus interest, and that determines affordability. And unfortunately, the way the Federal Reserve or the federal government calculates consumer price index, they use a fudge factor of homeowners' equivalent rent to determine if there's housing inflation. And we all know that house prices, when they go up, they become not affordable to your lower end income earners.
321-339-1055. Justin Clark here with you, talking about the 10 ways that you're guaranteed to lose money and make bad financial mistakes. And I know these ways because I help people file bankruptcy, so I see what they're doing, the mistakes they're making, and I want to prevent you from making those same mistakes. And number one, in my opinion, is continuing to rent as opposed to buying your house and getting that equity. And one of the excuses that I hear from you sometimes is, well, I went through a bad time in 2006, I bought at the peak, and then 2010 rolled around, and I went through foreclosure, filed bankruptcy, so there's no way I can qualify for a mortgage. This is just simply not accurate. In 2006, a pulse and a pen, you get a mortgage. In 2010, essentially you needed an act of Congress to get a mortgage. As we sit here in 2019, we're somewhere in the middle, but probably, as much as I hate to say it, closer to pulse and a pen. It's much easier now to qualify for a mortgage than when it was back in 2010 when the epic collapse really happened. And the next thing is you're going to tell me, well, another collapse is ahead. Ron Christopher, predictions on the real estate market. Are we going to have another epic real estate collapse like we did in 08, 09, 010? Not 010. That would be just 10.
Well, I'll tell you, everybody's always looking for the next shoe to drop.
See the market leveling out, possibly even going down a little bit. But at the end of the day, if we have an interest rate at 3.9%, what do we care if the market goes down a little bit? Because our payment is going to be so low, so much lower than if we were renting the same exact house. Your mortgage payment is inevitably going to be lower than what you're paying for rent. Number two, and Briana, you told me before, who is that dude on that Shark Tank, the bald guy? No offense, Ron.
Mr. Wonderful?
Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful had a boating accident some months ago. You might have read about it where another boater was killed, right? Well, now Mr. Wonderful's wife, who apparently was driving that boat, has been charged with the crime. So Ron, big lawsuits are ahead. One of the main reasons why people come into my office to file bankruptcy is because they're getting sued for some reason and they just have their cash sitting in a checking account or a savings account, which number one is not growing for them. They're not making any interest. They're not getting any compound interest. But number two, we're exposed to creditors at that point, are we not?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't predict what's going to happen. This is a perfect example of, and I'm assuming Mr. Wonderful has his ducks in a row. He's a really intelligent guy, but his depths of his wealth is extensive. But here in Florida, there are accounts that you can invest in and own that would be considered creditor protected. That if you go into a battle with a creditor like that's basically off limits to them.
Let's say that I come to your office and say, Ron, look, I got $100,000 sitting in this account, and I have another $100,000 sitting in my savings account, and I want to make $100,000 of this really grow for me. I feel like I want 70 or 100 in my nest egg or what is it called? Your reserve fund. I want to keep that money in the reserve fund. The rest of it, I really want to put it to work for me. I mean, what kind of evaluation are you going to do with me to really tell me where I should invest my money?
Yeah, so a couple factors specifically pertaining to creditor protection is we want to understand, how you want to approach this from a tax efficiency perspective as well as a creditor protection perspective. And that process that we put you through would tell you kind of what type of account to own to help you be most tax efficient and then also protect assets from creditors.
Gotcha. And just be really careful because anytime that you get sued and someone gets a judgment against you, people act like, oh, well, it's impossible to come get money from me. It's really not. I mean, if they get a judgment against you, they can just file a writ of garnishment and take money out of your unprotected accounts. Whereas if you set it up with someone like Ron in an IRA or the 401k or whatever, you're putting your money that's protected, literally creditors can't come touch that, right?
Yeah, basically 401ks, IRAs, primary residence, life insurance, annuities are all considered creditor-protected assets.
321-339-1055. 10 ways to guarantee you lose your money and why you are not going to make those mistakes after you listen to this show. Number 3, not having enough insurance. So, Ron, people come in my office all the time. Hey, Justin, I've got 3 rental properties, and I want to set up, 7 different trusts to put the upstairs in one rental property on this trust. I'm like, one thing you can really think about is just getting enough insurance to where if someone were to sue you, you're going to have enough to cover it, right?
Yeah, so if you look at your nest egg kind of like a pyramid, and the base of that pyramid, those blocks are basically your insurance blocks. If you don't have insurance for something that unfortunately happens to you, whether that's health insurance, life insurance of a spouse, umbrella policies, proper insurance for everything that can affect you, then your assets can literally drain through those holes created.
Yeah. Let's go to Jason up in Seminole County. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
What's up, brother? Where are you in Seminole?
I live over in the Longwood area.
Oh, 32750 or 32779. Ron, I've been doing this too long, pal. There's
779.
no reason I should know both zip codes for Seminole County. I got issues.
779.
Yeah. All right, Jason, what's on your mind?
All right, so a young buffoon such as myself is going to be looking to maybe get a home. So I do not know much about any of this. So what should I do?
Here's what you should do. First of all, don't be nervous. I would much rather see you buy a house than rent a house right now. There's just so many positives when it comes to buying a house as opposed to renting a house. I think you do a lot of research. I also think you find a real estate agent that you really trust who's going to be patient with you and show you several houses. I think you can do a lot of research these days on the computer. You can even take virtual tours and things like that. But the number one thing you really need to do is you need to do a budget, and you need to get pre-approved. Ron, we're not even buying a house. I'm buying a payment, right?
Yeah, basically. So you want to reach out to a mortgage broker that Justin can connect you with that can basically tell you, what the requirements are for the lenders that are out there so that you can basically make a plan to start saving and setting aside money so that you're prepared when you do find that property that you're able to, put a good offer on it.
Jason, it becomes one of those things where we're so busy in life that we don't take the time to really pull out our bank statements from the last couple of months. Look at our pay stubs from every couple of weeks and see how much money is really coming in every 2 weeks or every week or however you're paid. Let's look and see what bills are going to go out automatically, and then let's really figure out what we can afford and still live a comfortable life. We don't want to be what I call house poor.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the United States, that's all too common. And we're the only country pretty much on the globe that essentially spends every penny that comes in income. I mean, countries in the Far East, they save about 50% of every dollar that comes in. And so you just want to make sure that you have all those margins for error so that if your income is disrupted or any, illness or things of that sort, that you're not going to have to scramble and have to sell your house or not be able to pay your bills.
So, find a comfortable payment, and then you can really find out how much house you can afford. And the good thing is, you're not going to have to pay more than 3.5% down, possibly even less. If you do have 20% down, that's great, so you don't have to pay mortgage insurance. But you can get away with as little as 3.5%. Or if you have a VA, you can pay 0% down. So there's a lot of things out there. Jason, how else can I help?
One more thing. I do have really good credit. My credit is damn near like at 770. Will that work in any way?
Hell yeah, 770. So you're gonna walk into some mortgage company and make some dude really really happy. They're not gonna have to really fight that hard. So I think you can be choosy. Just do your budget, see how much you can afford. Go get pre-approved and go start that house hunt. Now, when's the lease? Are you have a lease right now or what?
Yeah, I'm renting at the moment, and next year April is what my lease is.
Sweet. Perfect timing. So you don't have to rush into it. You don't necessarily want to buy something now and have double, triple payments or whatever. So don't rush into it. But I think the time is now to get everything in order. And my man, congratulations. Good luck on your house hunt.
I appreciate it, and thank you for what you guys do. Florida Man Radio absolutely rules.
You got it, man. Thanks so much. 321-339-1055. Justin Clark here with you on Florida Man Radio. 10 ways to lose your money and be forced to file bankruptcy. Because this is what I see every practice, people who have made these mistakes. So please listen closely and do not make these mistakes again. Ron, we were at number 4, right? And this is one that you probably see a lot too. And I have no problem with you investing in a business. I love people who go out there and risk it all and go start their own business. But what I see a lot, Ron, is people take that money that they have, their nest egg, or even their savings that was in an IRA or 401k, and they'll go invest all their money with a buddy or with a family member that they trust. Oh, it's going to be the next big thing here. I'm putting $200,000 here with Uncle Joe. And they don't, because it's Uncle Joe, they don't really do all their research on this business. Do you have any stories of people losing their money investing with their buddies?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the stories are... there are a couple things you want to do if you're going to start a business. Number one is obviously, like you said, you have to do your research. You have to know every demographic data point and, forecasts and make conservative assumptions for your return on your investment. And it doesn't matter who you're doing business with, get something in writing. You might think you're insulting Uncle Joe by demanding that you have some kind of document signed, but it's gonna save your butt at the end. And one other thing to think about is control. Who's gonna have control of the business? If you're a minority owner in a business, understand that going in and set your expectations as such.
And sometimes Uncle Joe might be aggressive and say, hey, I just want that $30,000. Just give me that $30,000. I'm Uncle Joe. You can trust me. The more aggressive they're being, just saying sort of don't ask, don't tell, I'm just going to make you money, the more leery you need to be. I see families who are closer than your family is right now, torn apart by starting businesses like this. And then what happens is you're stuck holding the bag. Uncle Joe's gone. He got your $30,000 or whatever it is. He's gone with your $30,000. He might even act sad, but more than likely he doesn't care. And your nest egg is gone. You have nothing. Do not ever get into a business. What you really should both do is both hire your own lawyers and kind of put a real deal together. Because if you're just going to throw money at someone to start this business because you trust them, I can almost guarantee you're going to lose this money virtually every time.
Right. And if it's a business it's not in your core competency and you know nothing about the operations, the success rate for you is going to be very slim.
And Uncle Joe, by the way, at 51% owner, even though you're 49% owner, guess who's making all of the decisions? Guess who can make the decisions to basically cut you out of the business? Guess who can make decisions to pay Uncle Joe's wife, your aunt, a salary of $100,000? Uncle Joe is making all of these decisions. I mean, what we do here is we're trying to prevent you from making mistakes. We're trying to prevent you, the consumer, from being taken advantage of with all these different people that are pulling at us left and right. We're going to tell you the next 6 ways to prevent you from losing all your money and to force you into bankruptcy. It's all right on the other side of this break. 321-339-1055. It's Justin Clark. It's Florida Man Radio.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Is debt piling up? Feeling overwhelmed? Bankruptcy may be the best choice. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation, 055, or visit youhavepower.com. Justin Clark, by your side. Offices, Maitland.
Damn, it's hot in here. What's the deal with your AC?
I've had 2 AC companies out, and they can't get it fixed.
You gotta get Four Seasons AC out here now. Call them, 407-295-9231. 407-295-9231. Four Seasons is the AC company you wish you called first.
CSC 056308.
This is CJ, owner of Bellicoso Cigars and Cafe on North Park Avenue. Come see us and ask for a free house cigar with your first purchase. Hang out, enjoy a premium or boutique cigar, and the best coffee on Park Avenue. Make new friends and relax with outdoor seating. Look for the red awning, Bellicoso Cigars, Coffee, and Community on North Park Avenue in Winter Park.
The cigar of the week is the Lirio Rojo by Warp Cigars, a hand-rolled Nicaraguan puro that's medium to full-bodied, available in limited supply. So pick one up today at Bellicoso.
RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. It's time to up your standard of driving. If your old ride is unreliable, unsafe, or just plain uncool, this month I want to help you dump that junker and dive into a nice new car today. Even if you're underwater in your old ride, I'm paying way over appraised value for any car. If you owe $2,000, $4,000, or even $7,000 more than it's worth, I still want it, regardless of age, mileage, or condition. Plus, my dealer next door credit approval process is a pearl in an ocean of fishy alternatives. And you could float home for just $8 down. Get a really cool deal on a new 2019 Mitsubishi Mirage for only $9,900, or a 2019 Outlander Sport starting at $15,900. So sink that ride you hate, and you could drive for $8. That's right, you can be swimming in savings. But hurry, my accountant's a wet blanket, and he won't let this deal go on for long. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get wet and wild at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Require bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. $227.46 per month for 75 months. 2.9%. Amount financed. $15,542.
Going to work or just taking care of your home. Daily activities that should never put you in jeopardy. Roundup Weed Killer has been linked to many cases of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Our farmers, gardeners, florists, and maintenance workers have been exposed to this toxic chemical. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or are receiving chemotherapy as a result of Roundup exposure, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-565-4000. That's 1-800-565-4000 for a free consultation.
Oh no, the garage door is stuck again.
Mom, we're going to be late again.
I know, we don't have time for this. I'm calling Florida Door Solutions today.
Having a faulty garage door can be time-consuming and a security risk, so don't wait another day to call Florida Door Solutions. They install a variety of garage doors, openers, and other accessories. Looking for a repair? Florida Door Solutions repairs all makes and models and offers emergency service. Call us today at 407-884-5955 or visit fladoor.com.
Linda here from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oviedo on Mitchell Hammock Road, just east of Alafaya Trail, next to Chick-fil-A. Whether it's a job interview or a first date, Lady Jane's in Oviedo will make sure you look great for whatever's on your plate. Get a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, and hot towel treatment for just $14. Lady Jane's in Oviedo on Mitchell Hammock Road, just east of Alafaya Trail, next to Chick-fil-A, where we believe success favors the well-groomed. Lady Jane's in Oviedo. It's wicked awesome.
This is Sergeant Slayer. Today's orders are to go to WeKillFloridaBugs.com. Say it again. WeKillFloridaBugs.com.
WeKillFloridaBugs.com is home of Mighty Tech Pest Management. Get in touch with Mighty Tech today for residential and commercial pest control, termites, wildlife exclusion, and removal. And if mosquitoes are a problem, ask Mighty Tech about them as well. Call for a free evaluation today. 1-888-750-7378.
Say it again. WeKillFloridaBugs.com. Dismissed.
$700 and you're behind the wheel of a better ride. At Orlando Car Deals, pay just $700 down, no credit check, and drive today. Your income is your credit. Call 844-700-DOWN, 8900 South US Highway 1792 Maitland, or online at orlandocardeals.com.
The stuffed Cheez-It Pizza is now at Pizza Hut. 4 pizza pockets stuffed with your choice of cheese, pepperoni, and baked with a toasty, sharp cheddar Cheez-It flavor. Served with marinara dipping sauce. Pizza Hut and Cheez-Its? Yes, please. For a limited time, only at Pizza Hut.
20% off on boots and apparel now at skipsboots.com. Enter the promo code FloridaMan20. Name brands like Ariat, Corral, Lucchese, Durango, Harley-Davidson, Stetson, Wolverine, Wrangler, Miss Me, and more. Save 20% now at skipsboots.com. Enter promo code FloridaMan20 or say hey to Kenny at Skips Western Outfitters, downtown Osteen, or in the Best Buy Plaza across from the Speedway in Daytona Beach.
Skips, it's about attitude.
This week, it's the Jags on Florida Man Radio.
The Jags are headed west for a Rocky Mountain High. Oh, yeah. This Sunday, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos from Mile High Stadium in Denver. Florida Man Radio has it live Sunday. Pre-game at 3:30, kickoff at 4:25.
Central Florida's home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 660 AM, 105.5 FM. Florida Man Radio.
Why's the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Now, back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Answering your questions free of charge, 321-339-1055. Joined in studio by Ron Christopher. He is the owner, GC Wealth Management. Ron, thanks for joining us again. How are you, sir?
Oh, absolutely great. Just fantastic.
10 surefire ways to lose your money and be forced to file bankruptcy. I'm sorry to sound so negative, but this is what I do for a living. My law firm files 20 to 30 bankruptcies a month, and I get to see what has led people to filing bankruptcy. And I'm telling you these top 10 things because I want you to avoid having to lose your money. I want you to avoid having to make bad decisions. Ron, let's get to number 5, Ron. Procrastination/decision making. What I mean by that is people will just life gets so busy. You know, we're in this little rat race all day long, and then to actually take time to think big picture stuff, big picture family decisions, big picture financial decisions gets difficult.
Yeah, it's so easy to put things off. And if any of you out there listening have teenagers, you know exactly what procrastination is. It's human nature to procrastinate. And what ends up happening is as we get older, we make decisions. We make decisions every day. We make hundreds of decisions every day. And when these decisions go wrong, we tend to stop wanting to make decisions because of that pain. And it doesn't mean that if you've had bad results, it does not mean you made a bad decision. People want to look and say, and use hindsight and say, well, that outcome seemed inevitable. They will do what's called resulting, okay, so the result was bad, so therefore the decision was bad. And that's just not the case. And one decision that kind of can frame that up for you that's very near and dear to your heart is a couple years ago, 26 seconds left in the Super Bowl. Second down on the 1-yard line, and Seattle Seahawks are down 4 points. And
I remember it well. Keep going, buddy.
How much were you crying at that point?
Oh, wow. I thought we were going to... I'm a Pats guy, and sorry, you can turn me off if you want now, but exactly. I thought the game was over. I mean, the Seattle was going to win the Super Bowl.
Right. So he, Pete Carroll, if anybody didn't watch the game, decides to pass the ball with arguably one of the best running backs in the backfield on second down with 26 seconds left. And the ball was intercepted. Pats win the game. We all, people like me who don't like the Patriots got to see Tom Brady, cheering like a teenager on the sideline, and it made me want to puke. But the decision was actually a good decision. The result was bad. So during that season, 66 times a pass play was called on the 1-yard line, and 0 interceptions resulted.
Wow.
Okay, now over 15 years, only 2% of balls that were passed in the end zone on the 1-yard line were intercepted. So the decision was a good decision, but the result was bad.
Does it help to have someone to assist us in making that decision, such as you, or maybe someone who is filing bankruptcy, they come in and talk to me? I mean, isn't that going to help us make the right decision?
Right. I think your role, my role, is to give people confidence that they can give them the information to have confidence to make that decision. But what people need to understand is that through life, they need to want to focus on getting better at making quality decisions, because the outcome of someone's life is based on the quality of the decisions they make, plus a little bit of luck kind of sprinkled in there. So
what I see a lot is people will come to my office, and I know immediately that they need to file bankruptcy. There's no doubt about it. They have to file bankruptcy. There's just no option for them at some point. There's just not enough money coming in, too much credit card debt, and they'll say, Justin, but I haven't been eating for basically 2 years. We've been living on canned tuna for 2 years, but I've been making that Amex payment for the last 2 years, and that procrastination from coming in to talk to me has cost them $1,800 a month in Amex and Capital One payments that we could have saved had we had this conversation 2 years ago. So I think almost on every level, procrastination, because we're afraid to make a decision, is going to hurt us.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've been doing this 22 years, and I've done business with all different types of people. Someone walks into my office, if they're a physician, I know exactly how they view decisions. If someone comes in and they're an engineer, I know exactly how they view decisions. And what you want to do is you want to you want to analyze your data that's in front of you, and you want to be decisive, and you don't want to look back, and you don't want to be afraid to make decisions. Because I have people right now, I have, friends, family members, clients that own way too much cash. Way too much cash because they made poor decisions in the past. So they're afraid to make an investment decision now because of the pain of that result then. And they've missed out on one of the best bull markets that we've had, not to mention inflation eating at their cash every day.
Ron Christopher joins me, GC Wealth Management. Ron, if I have some questions about where to put my money, I want to strategize about it. How do I reach out to you? Website, phone number?
No, so the best way to get to me is just call me at 407-947-7396. I said that a little slower because last week everyone complained I said it too fast. My website is gcwmadvisors.com. And we have a process we can put you through. We can talk. Initial consultation is free. We offer free financial plans. We offer free risk profiles. There's a lot of information that we can provide with no obligation.
Also giving you free in-studio advice. All you need to do is call 321-339-1055. Let's get to number 6. Overreacting to the stock market one way or another. And I think the perfect example is the gentleman who in 2008, when Bear Stearns collapsed, had $300,000 sitting in his IRA or 401k or whatever it was, and then the next day he looked and he had half of that. And so he decides, well, I better pull it all out.
Yeah.
How can overreacting to the stock market, one way or another, affect my money?
So it's hard not to react emotionally to finances, to money. We talked last week about money being up there in importance with oxygen, and what ends up happening is human beings they're herd mentality. You get a bunch of people that are buying stocks, you want to follow that herd. And I've been doing this 22 years, and I've lived through the tech bubble, which was the greatest bubble in my lifetime. Lived through the recession of 2001 and 2 and the recession of 2008. And I've seen a lot of decisions that were made that were poor, that were emotional. And what you can do to prevent that is to make sure you're invested in the proper risk tolerance to begin with. So I've become, over these 22 years, essentially a behavioral psychologist. And what we do is we help coach people on, you don't want to take too much risk because if the market did go against you, we don't want you to sell because you're in it for the long term. And as someone would say, well, I won't do that. I won't sell if I'm taking heat, but it just doesn't happen.
Wait, where is the risk tolerance there? I mean, is there a certain point I should sell? Is there a certain point I should buy? I mean, how do we determine what the right move is, especially when we're in an economy that's really collapsing?
Yeah, so a couple of things. I don't want to say you want to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing because that's not a thumb rule that works all the time.
Sometimes, though.
But how I view the common person's investment psychology is they do what's called, I call it shampoo investing. If you read the back of a shampoo bottle, what's it say? It says, put the shampoo in your hair, lather it, rinse, and repeat, right? If you followed the instructions, you'd be shampooing your hair forever because you just keep repeating it. Well, people make the same mistakes over and over and over again. They, get too euphoric at tops. They buy too much. They take on too much risk. They take losses. They get too depressed at the bottom. They sell. They don't buy back fast enough. And they miss out on a lot of gains because they don't have a long-term approach and they're not invested properly to begin with.
Today, there was this announcement of, they're throwing stuff against the wall at Trump again, blah, blah, blah. But why in the world, when we get a news article about Trump and Ukraine, why does the stock market collapse? What does one have to do with the other?
Okay, so the market's different today than it was 20 years ago. So you have a lot of computers that are basically determining buy and sell orders that are liquidity of the marketplace. And these are very smart instruments that basically take in news reports, and they have what they algorithms, that's the big fancy word, that they essentially look for these keywords and then they immediately start buying or selling based on that. So today you had two events. One is there was an announcement that Nancy Pelosi would be having a news conference at 5 p.m. And everyone suspected that she was going to announce some sort of impeachment process or formalizing some sort of impeachment process. Well, the market started going down. Dow dropped a couple hundred points. Nowadays, that's nothing, but still, it started to decline. About 30 minutes later, President comes out and says, I'm going to release the transcripts of my Ukrainian president conversation. So market gets optimistic. It goes back up. It halves its losses. It goes up and it's down 90 points, let's say. And then by the end of the day, we closed on the lows of the day. And sure, in fact, at 5 o'clock, she made that announcement that they were going to, want to essentially formalize this impeachment process.
10 surefire ways to lose money and be forced into bankruptcy. These are the mistakes I see people make. I'm trying to make sure you don't make them. Number 7, and I'd love to hear EC and Brianna's take on this as well. Buying a brand new car. We all hear, as soon as you drive that sucker off the lot, you just lost 10 grand.
Just like that.
Amen.
I mean, this is true, Ron. I mean, I see people buy new cars all the time. They fall in love with that fancy new car smell. And they're like, Justin, but it's still a Hyundai. I'm like, yeah, Hyundai's 50 grand now.
Yeah.
Buying a new car seems to be most of the time not the right way to go. EC, your car you have now, did you buy it new?
Yes.
Brand new?
Yes.
What year?
2013.
Okay, so you've had it for a few years, but you probably still owe on it well more than it's worth, I would think.
No, it's paid off.
Oh, good boy. I like this.
Wow, hey,
Yeah,
hey.
Well,
some things happened during that time period. So both me and my wife's vehicles, we had at the time both. I think hers was all but like $5,000, and mine was completely paid off. So.
This is the rare occurrence that I normally hear.
He needs to step in my office.
Yeah, there you go. He's got enough cash sitting around.
Exactly.
He's a great client for you. But normally that's not what I hear. What I normally hear is we bought a new car, and like most people, after 3 years, we got sick of it, or was having problems. And then what do you do at that point? Well, you go buy another new car and take this negative equity and put this towards the other new car. Now we're just building this absolute ditch of negative liquidity for us. And it's like a never-ending downhill spiral that it seems like not a big deal at the beginning because it's just a car. But by the time you're 20, 30 grand underwater on your vehicle, this is not good.
Yeah, and especially nowadays because inflation has been so impactful that you're right. I mean, you can't buy a vehicle worth anything, under 40 grand probably.
No.
I mean, I have my last new car I bought was 1999. So I've been buying new used.
Yeah.
That's the phrase, new used,
right.
1 or 2 years old ever since. I did lease a couple times, but I personally see no value in buying a brand new car. From a financial perspective. Now, there are when you get into your, if you have a dream car and, you want to live life once, I get it. Go ahead. If you got all your other ducks are in a row, go ahead and take care of that,
Brianna, what is your position? And Jeremy, too, your husband. What does he feel about new car versus new to you car?
So we just bought a car and it is new used. So we don't have a payment on it. I just paid it. And my car, it was new to me, and it was a few years old. I bought it in 2013, and it had less than 8,000 miles, so it might as well have been new.
Right.
But that one's also paid off. So.
But even if you buy it a year old and only a few miles on it, you're saving a ton of money from if you bought it new.
Yeah,
tons of here's money. Another thing, though. If you find yourself in financial trouble, and you do end up in my office having to file bankruptcy, if you have a car that's paid off, that's worse for you than if you have a car with a payment on it as well. So sometimes you don't necessarily want to pay off your car if you think bad times are ahead, because if you have all that liquidity, maybe you have an IRS issue, they're going to try to come take the car. Or if you have bankruptcy, the trustee is going to come take the car. So the best advice that I think I can give is buy a car used, 1 or 2 years old, something like that. But don't necessarily pay it off either, because if it's not paid off, it's still protected from creditors and IRS and trustees and things like that. But also, And Ron, I'm curious to hear what you think about this. And let me know as well, 321-339-1055. I think a car, generally speaking, is just a bad investment all the way around.
Absolutely. It depreciates, super fast. And, you're definitely not going to make any money off a car.
No matter how you slice it, a car is a bad investment. I am not opposed to a lease. I'm really not. Because it's already a bad investment. If you're going to get a lease and you have some sort of policy or plan on there where they're going to fix any sort of issues, that's not the worst way to go.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who's in the leasing business, and he swears that that's the best way to go. And the one thing also to note is the liquidity out there from banks for car lending is monstrous.
Yeah.
One thing they figured out from the 2008 crash was that people were willing to give their houses back, but they aren't willing to part with their vehicles. They have to get around. So car lending has just exploded, as well as student loan lending, but don't get me started on banks and lending.
321-339-1055. 10 ways to lose your money and find yourself filing bankruptcy. Listen to me. I'm trying to help you avoid being in that position. So, Ron, I'm 55, let's say. I'm 60.
Great.
Thank you. 55, I'm 60 years old, and, I'm just trying to get by day to day. I'm not worried about saving for my future because we have Social Security. Good plan?
Social Security hopefully will be there for us, because we're a little younger, but for you at 55, it will be there for you. But to live off of Social Security, and we talked a little bit about this last week, the government kind of rigs those cost of living adjustments so they don't have to fork over more money that they should be. They don't tell you what inflation really is, so they don't have to keep increasing those payments to you. So I would not rely on Social Security at all.
You can't. And I see people in my office all the time, and I always I'm asking about their income. And I say, how much are you getting in Social Security? It's typically $600 to $1,800 a month, something around there. Maybe an occasional $2,200, right?
I think the most I've seen is $2,800.
Yeah, that would be very uncommon to see $2,800.
Yeah, that's for someone making, $150 to $170 a year on average for a good period of time.
How do they really base your Social Security? Do you know? Because I really don't know.
So I actually was a Social Security advisor. I went through a class a few years ago. I survived it. I didn't kill myself. I learned every little intricacy about how they calculate that. All that I can say is it is truly meant as a safety net for your lower income, your lower earners, basically. So your first $15,000 means a lot to your Social Security, but your upper incomes do not contribute much to it.
Number 9, invest in timeshares. Ron Christopher? And I know we just did an hour on this yesterday. But what do you think about timeshares as an investment tool?
First of all, timeshares are way out of my sweet spot. But I personally have never had a desire at all to participate in timeshares. I've never really advised anyone other than, don't do timeshares, but...
And the last way that I know you can lose a lot of money, you can get your wages garnished, is by getting a ton of student loan debt. Much like IRS, student loans don't even have to sue you to come take your money, to come garnish your wages, to come offset your tax refund. All they have to do is send you a letter. Send a letter to your employer, and next thing you know, they're taking 25% of your paycheck every 2 weeks. Next thing you know, that $5,000 you're expecting as a tax refund is going straight to the Department of Education and not into your savings account, which you count on every year for your little nest egg. So student loans are a very good way, and especially the ignoring of your student loan issue is another way to really find yourself in a world of financial hurt. Are you seeing student loans come through your office, Ron?
Every month I have someone come in, and the figures are just more and more jaw-dropping. The plans that a lot of these people are on, they're on income-based repayment plans.
Yeah.
So based on your income, you make your payment based on that income. It's not even enough to keep pace with the interest generally, and the loan is supposedly forgiven after 20 years, but the loan amount keeps going up and up and up and up, and then your tax bill is, I have one, let's just say a couple $100,000 in student loan debt.
Yeah.
She'll, he or she will pay, an income-based payment. We calculated about $400,000 will be the loan amount in 20 years that will be forgiven, supposedly, and he or she will get a 1099 for about $125,000.
Constantly changing in how to deal with your student loan debt, but be really, really careful. 321-339-1055. All right, Ron Christopher's here, GC Wealth Management. Let's say I come into your office, Ron, and I don't know who to trust. I really haven't done anything financially. I haven't really done anything investment-wise. Take me through the process of determining how you're going to help me retire with some money in the account.
All right, so we've developed a process. I call it the 4D process. It's a 4-dimensional process. It's very straightforward. It's very easy to understand. There's no magic, crystal balls in there or anything. It's just a simple process, easy to understand. It basically starts with, what have you accomplished thus far? What do you have? How much are you saving? And when you want to retire, and what kind of income do you want at retirement? And, for 5, 6, maybe 7 variables, I can give them a plan that will have what's called a probability of success. And anything in the 70 to 90% range, you're in the green zone. And a lot of people get peace of mind with that, no matter how old they are, that, they're on the right track. And we just monitor that plan and move forward annually and try to keep them as, tax efficient, invested in a risk-appropriate way as they age.
Can you give us a discount to come do this review, or am I going to have to pay full price?
You?
Me.
We've already done it.
me and whoever's listening here.
Any listeners out there, my financial plans, this what's called a simplified snapshot financial plan is free.
No charge.
Free. Anybody that calls in on this station, it is free.
Nice. Phone number, website, Ron Christopher, GC Wealth Management.
407-947-7396.
I think it's time that we get off our rear ends and stop leaving our money sitting in these just bank accounts making nothing. Why? I mean, why would we do that when we know we can go put it in an account, a 401k, IRA, whatever it is, some sort of retirement account where it's going to make 5-10% hopefully annually? I mean, that would be good. And I know he's not promising that. I'm just telling you, it's going to be making something as opposed to sitting in the bank, letting the Bank of America go do loans with your money. I mean, that's what they're doing. When it's sitting in the checking account at Bank of America, they're taking your money and loaning it out at 9% just for someone's car note. Why would you let them do that? Don't let them use your money. You use your money. What's it good?
So that it goes a step further that the banking system is a fractional reserve system. So for every dollar you give to them, they're lending out about 9 of those.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Oh, give me my dollar back.
Yeah. So it's no wonder the banks are so powerful and so big, and their lobby means so much in this country. They're part of the donor class for sure, and nothing is going to disrupt that. That's why you have Goldman Sachs as our treasury secretaries, consistently, and their gravy train is not going away.
Do yourself a favor. Go and download the Florida Man Radio app. You can listen to us from anywhere. Go to any app store, Google, Apple, download the Florida Man Radio app. And you could always listen to the show as well, floridamanradio.com. And don't forget, if you want to watch us, all you have to do is go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, anywhere, any social media platform. And you can watch us by following at You Have Power Radio. You can see the beautiful Briana. You can check out EC, and you can see Ron Christopher here once a week. Ron, thanks for always coming in to help us get through this financial stuff. I know that you're doing this on your own time. We really appreciate it. We got one quick segment ahead, 321-339-1055. It's Justin Clark. It's Florida Man Radio.
You're listening to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Are you a business owner? First of all, thanks for listening. Hey, so if you want to find new customers, we can help on Orlando's newest radio station, WDYZ, Florida Man Radio, 105.5 and 660. Your ad could be featured right here in the morning with Bubba the Love Sponge, key placement middays in Dangerous Conversation with Ledge, or in prime PM drive during the Shannon Burke Show. We can create a custom campaign based on your goals and budget. Drive store traffic, engage new clients, develop more leads, boost website activation, and get your cash register to ring with new business. Radio gets results, and JVC Broadcasting is at the ready to help you take your business to the next level. For more information on increasing your success, visit our website at floridamanradio.com and click on the Advertise tab. Drive store traffic, engage new clients, develop more leads, boost website activation, and get your cash register to ring with new business. Let us help you grow your business.
Reach out today. Unfiltered, unafraid. FloridaManRadio.com. Click on the Advertise tab. Do it now.
Did you know that every diamond at International Diamond Center is over 1 billion years old? That's before dinosaurs, even before some of the stars in the sky. These elusive stones were originally formed miles beneath the Earth's surface, each one born in a volcanic explosion, yet kept hidden for generations. It's a fact that for every 1 carat diamond at International Diamond Center, trained miners blasted through over 200 tons of rock, and skilled experts sifted through the rubble to find the highly sought-after rough diamonds. Then expert cutters spend untold hours shaping and polishing each stone, unlocking its beauty and fire and brilliance. From the hands of the craftsman direct to you, these magical stones are your piece of eternity, precious, rare, unique, indestructible, and treasured all over the world. Oh, and the unbeatable prices at International Diamond Center? They're just a bonus. International Diamond Center. Uncompromising quality, unimaginable value. 4 convenient Orlando locations.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar and Levine. If you've been involved in a car accident, call us at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Office in Orlando.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping. Always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter the station's exclusive code at checkout, FLMAN, and get, you know the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's FLMAN, FLMAN.
Frogger's Grill and Bar. Hop in with food and fun. Come out for football, college, and NFL. And of course, wings, wings, wings. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Open for lunch every day. Located in Mount Dora, Oviedo, Apopka, Altamont Springs, and now open in Old Town.
I am down 22 pounds thanks to Nuviva Medical Weight Loss. I'm here with Jeremy from Nuviva. How can you help people be successful like me?
I can't help, and neither can the staff unless we actually get to know you. Part of what we do is within the consultation is we develop a relationship with you or some sort of connection. Each person has different goals. That's a catalyst that's going to keep you going. But what keeps the weight off is the way you're feeling right now.
I've never felt better, and you can too. Get a free consultation and free B12. Text the word FIT, F-I-T, to 407-644-1031. NuvivaWeightLoss.com.
Honey, the power is out. Wait, never mind. It's back on. Wow, that was fast.
It's our new Generac generator from Trademark Electric. We don't have to do anything. The power goes out, our Generac generator detects the problem, then the Generac generator automatically turns on. And just like that, we have power.
Don't be left out in the dark. Call Trademark Electric today for your free estimate on their affordable Generac automatic standby generators. Residential or commercial. In-house financing is available. Call 352-629-8617.
Adam and Eve is not giving you 10% off and not 20% off or even 40%. Your discount is even bigger. AdamandEve.com is giving you a whopping 50% off. But why stop there? In addition to 50% off, you also get 10 free gifts. That includes a racy item for him, a sensuous toy for her, and something we know you'll both enjoy. Ooh. And 6 extra special bonus items that are sure to rev your engine, pique your curiosity, and even blow you away. And best of all, free shipping. Always delivered in discreet packaging. So rethink your bedroom routine. Go to adamandeve.com and enter the station's exclusive code at checkout, FLMAN, and get, you know the discount, 50% off almost any item and 10 tantalizing free gifts. That's FLMAN, FLMAN.
Orlando's best hometown spot is Johnny's Filling Station and Johnny's Other Side at the corner of Fern Creek in Michigan. Johnny's Other Side has dozens of the best craft beers on draft, just $3 all the time. Delicious food and tons of screens to watch your favorite sports. And enjoy live music. Get to Johnny's on the corner of Fern Creek in Michigan. Home of Orlando's best burgers and half-price Tuesdays at Johnny's Other Side starting at 4. Visit them on Facebook for daily events including Texas Hold'em and trivia. Get to Johnny's.
Back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
Wrapping up a Tuesday night on Florida Man Radio. Don't forget to tune back in tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It's Bubba the Love Sponge. 10 to 2, it is Scott Ledger with dangerous conversations to my man, Shannon Burke. I think I have a man crush on Berkey.
I think you do.
I think I have a man crush on Shannon Burke. Is that normal? Join him tomorrow from 2 to 6. Ron Christopher, what did I miss today, big boy?
So my plea to everybody out there listening is, you have a choice. You can be part of whatever statistic you want. If you want to be part of the wealthy statistic, the top 1%, make the decisions now. Take the actions. If you want to be part of the statistics that talk about how Americans haven't saved enough money for retirement and they're dependent on Social Security, then don't take any action. Don't do anything.
If you have any financial questions, get that money out of the bank account. Get it working for you with Ron Christopher at
gcwmadvisors.com or 407-947-7396.
Good job today. We'll see you next week, Ron. Eric Stacy, good job, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
For the beautiful Briana. My name is Justin Clark. And I don't know much, but I do know one little tiny thing, Briana.
What's that?
I will see you right back here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. on